There she
There
is.
you go.
Man, I feel like I'm trying to get Zoom up with my mom. This is what my mom's always doing. What Zoom? What mute? What's up? What's
you look
going
beautiful. I like the glasses matching the sweater. Very festive.
My favorite color, pink.
Love it.
So what's going on? What's your question today? What's happening over there?
My question was, and I don't know where my son is. I know he's supposed to be on too. The swaddling of babies.
Yeah.
I know when you're newborn, they get swaddled in the hospital, but somehow they come out and then they're like this, in little PJs. In my day, we used to swaddle.
And what did you swaddle them with? What did you used to swaddle the kids with?
The Muslim wearing the cloth that you were taught before,
Yeah.
And pop.
Yeah. So Sebastian, were you good at the origami of swaddling?
So when our kids were born, I was taught at the hospital how to swaddle from the nurse. I then brought that technique back home, and within 30 seconds, the kid busted out of the swaddle.
Houdini.
Yeah. So I've seen these they're pre-made.
Right.
Where you tuck the arms in and then you
wrap
do
the
something.
chain, the lock, everything.
What's the deal with the swaddle?
All right. So I have a great way of swaddling. So we're going to have to post. That's what we're going to do. We're going to get a baby. We're going to swaddle a baby. 3 steps and done, because there's so many different ways to swaddle. So many steps gets crazy. So the reason we usually swaddle is babies have what's called a Moreau reflex, a startle reflex, for the first 4 to 6 months of their life. So basically, if their arms are free, do this. You like that? Did I scare you?
No.
Saturday morning, he's like still sleeping. So they have a startle reflex so that it constantly wakes them up. So you swaddle them down so that their arms don't keep waking them up. So you're right. We typically do it for the first couple months. And then usually, if not sooner, 4 months or rolling, whichever comes first, we actually recommend getting out of the swaddle, especially at night, because babies start rolling and we don't want them to roll and be stuck in a position that could be a risk for SIDS or something like that. So swaddling up until that point, typically safe. And a lot of babies like it. To your point though, I really actually depends on the baby. Do you remember how Serafina and Caruso were on ultrasounds when they were in the womb? Were their arms up? Were their arms down?
No, I can't recall.
No, you don't remember. You don't remember this?
No.
No. The reason I said, because my 2 girls were the minority. They did not want to be swaddled. They always wanted their arms up in the air like they were being held up at the OK Saloon. And if you tried to put it down, they screamed and screamed and screamed. And we looked back at ultrasound pictures, and every picture of the ultrasound, their arms were up in the air. So it sort of makes sense. A position you're in for 9 months is probably a position that you're comfortable in. But most babies are down and they like that position as well.
Okay.
So I say, look at the ultrasound pictures.
If I can ask, I know back in our day, they also used to tell us, or at least my mother-in-law, so I'm going way back more, you swaddle to keep their little arms straight, and their legs, and that's what they used to tell us.
See, and I like the old wives' tales, right? So that's not the case. Yeah, you're not going to cause straining of arms and legs, but it's a good point because we get asked that a lot, like, why are babies bow-legged, right?
Yeah. I just, before we start going any further here, I just want to get the dynamic between the family here. So we got your son up there, is that correct? And your daughter-in-law?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I see them.
So,
hi, everybody. I'm from Brazil. It's my wife, Misty, and this is Louis Gino, but we call him Bambino Gino.
Bambino Gino. Wow, is that Italian? So this is what I'm hearing a lot.
Right.
In parenting, when you have a grandparent also there, the old adage, back in my day, right? Mm-hmm. So now we have a conflict possibly of interest of young couple raising the kid, then a grandparent coming in and going, I dealt with this with my mother. My mother would be like, Dad, don't worry about. So and then the younger parent seems to be concerned but the grandparent is giving testimonial advice. Basically, she's been through this.
Right.
So
And they like to point it back. Don't want to cut you in, but they like to point it back with, look how you turned out. And you're like, oh, you got a good point.
Yeah, no, they're always
They're not even sitting in the same room. That tells you everything.
No.
and we haven't heard anything from the daughter-in-law because I don't know
She
what's
knows.
going on through her
No,
head.
but I think grandma is always right when she's there, and when she leaves, you do what you want. Right? When we had our first daughter, my mom was there, and she says, "Watch how you're holding the baby." And my brother said, "Mom, he's a pediatrician." And she goes, "Yeah, doesn't matter. I'm his mother." So it works no matter where you are.
Yeah. So I noticed you have a what do you call that? A little napkin on your shoulder there. What do we call that?
burp cloth?
Burp cloth.
Or napkin. Yeah, that's good.
So
You were a waiter, so that makes sense.
I was gonna bring out a bottle of
Yeah.
wine.
Yeah.
What's the question on was there a question on burping? Did we have that?
Well, again, in my days,
I love that. I love it. Because
you would use the burp cloth, and I'm going to use a little Kleenex, the baby on, and so the baby's face wouldn't be on you picking up perfume and stuff. I think that's it's been also not used anymore. Look, guys, I go with whatever they do. You know, it's okay. I mean, I'm bringing up the questions, but that doesn't mean I don't go with the flow.
I don't think
My grandbaby.
I don't think you do. To be honest with you,
I do. Yes, I do.
No, people use burp cloths. I mean, really, just so that they don't stain their clothes. But burping, and we should talk about different methods of burping because it's a good question, and it's sort of a feel. How did you burp the babies?
I had a burp cloth
Yeah.
up on the shoulder.
We need like a baby here.
Well, I'm sorry, we don't
I'm
have
gonna
we don't have the budget.
It's unbelievable.
Yeah.
We need a
Tell
doll.
me- tell
I'll
me
bring
what
a
to do,
baby
right?
doll from home. Serafina's got a baby doll. All right, how did you do it?
Demonstrate.
Demonstrate.
So I had the baby up on the shoulder, and I would walk around.
For the record, he never burped the baby
But
before.
ask Lana.
Yeah.
We'll get Lana on the phone.
All right, okay.
I'm
All
a
right.
very participatory father. All right.
Okay.
I was, and I just gave really firm
Uh-huh.
shots to the back,
Yeah.
and
Shots.
and I had no problem with it.
All
They,
right.
they burped right
They
over.
burped, no problem.
Yeah, no
Did
problem.
you have a napkin?
No, it was a burp cloth.
Oh, burp cloth.
Yeah. I just didn't
Burp
want to get
cloth,
it
yeah.
on my suit.
So I have a hard time personally burping up on the shoulder because I feel like it takes three hands. You got a hand on the butt, you got a hand on their head, and then I need like a third hand patting them. So what I do, again, we need this baby
Yes,
here.
mime it.
I hold the baby. I have my hand on their chest, my fingers under their armpits. Baby's leaning forward on my knee, and then their weight's into my hand, and then I'm burping firmly but gently that way. That's how I do it.
What are you guys doing? Could you show us what you do, or is baby sleeping?
Oh yeah, he's taking a little nap right now. a
Okay,
little
don't wake
snooze,
him
but-
up.
Yeah, what I like to do is because he thinks he's playing soccer all the time. He's always like throwing a header everywhere. So what I like to do is I'll put on. Oh, there's a good example. Look at that. You spit
He's
on-
cute.
Now you're spitting.
He's spitting up again.
Oh, see,
Grandma-
grandma's like,
Hey,
see, they did
hey.
it wrong. Look at grandma. I love her.
Did
Can't
you
even
catch
walk.
it?
I
Did you
love her.
catch it?
And I
Did you-
go, that's okay. If he smells that way a little bit, it's natural.
Right.
I go over the shoulder. Like,
She's an
no.
over the shoulder.
Grandma, back in your day, did your husband even touch your son until he was 18?
Nope.
No.
Nope.
See, it's a totally different dynamic
See?
now, right? I
Right.
mean, he's got the kid. Wife's there with not saying a damn thing.
Gear.
But
She's there to hand the gear.
Christy's
is he more of a dad than you thought he would be?
Yes.
Why isn't
Yeah.
grandma answering?
You guys are asking. I thought you were asking.
No. Anybody could answer. I was asking the wife.
Now how they were raised, I was expecting to do a lot more myself, but he's amazing.
Nice. Are you Italian? The wife? What's your name? The Misty. Are you Italian?
Right?
You're what?
No, Chad.
Are Italians
Was
not white?
Texas.
No, Italians is
Texas.
his own thing.
Okay.
It's awesome.
No, we all live.
Yeah. We're olive.
You're olive.
No, we're espresso.
I was going to ask if you knew a Misty that was
Espresso.
Italian.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
Well, she doesn't look Italian. That's why. Well, coming into an Italian family, especially with an overbearing Italian grandmother.
Whoa.
She seems so sweet.
Please, don't get easy.
Take it easy. But believe me, I know to come into an Italian family is a tough thing to do if you're not Italian.
Yeah. Notice we don't have Misty's parents on this. That tells you everything right there.
Wow, you guys.
This
there's
is
not enough great
comedy.
kids
We're
loving.
bringing it right to you, Grandma. Relax. I'm dealing with this in my own home.
It sounds like you have a great babysitter, so you're very lucky.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah.
That is
All right. Well,
absurd.
thanks for joining
Hey,
us
I
today.
love
I
it.
appreciate it. Enjoy
Bye,
your
guys.
Saturday.
Have a good day.
Take care of that little
Bye.
baby.
The opinions expressed in this program are not intended as professional medical advice, as a diagnosis, as a treatment protocol, or as a substitute for professional medical advice from your physician. Please consider your own medical history and consult with your own physician for your specific healthcare and/or medical needs and about your concerns for yourself and your family.